Hello and welcome back, amigos. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the best meal prep chicken you'll have this year. It's not just good for tacos, which is what I'm making right now. It's also really good for to put over your rice if you want to place it into a torta, a sandwich, your tostadas. And the best part of this chicken is that if you serve it, it gets a little bit cold in the lunch. Don't worry, it's still gonna taste really good because we have a cold yogurt sauce that's absolutely divine. So go ahead and keep watching if you wanna learn how to make these tacos, and most of all, if you wanna make this chicken. I took some chicken breast, I butterflied it, and I tenderized it nice and flat, and now we're gonna start seasoning our chicken. For your seasoning, you'll need 1 clove, and that's the spice, half a tablespoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, half a tablespoon of salt, half a tablespoon of Mexican oregano, half a tablespoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 2 cloves of garlic finely chopped. Well, coarsely chopped. You know what I mean, guys. Go ahead and add your seasoning to your chicken.
It sounds like you're recording by a rainfall.
Yeah, we have a rainy day today. It's actually really beautiful. I'm not excited about the humidity, but it is a beautiful sound and it's so pretty to look at. Go ahead and massage your chicken with the seasoning for a good minute, minute and a half. Be gentle, don't be aggressive. Not for this part, okay? Once you've massaged your chicken with the seasoning, you're gonna use the juice and zest of 1 lime, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and if you need to use less, that's okay. And if you don't have olive oil, guess what? You can make it comfortable for your home. You're gonna add 1/3 of a cup of chopped parsley, and flat leaf or the curlier one will work. 1/3 of a cup of chopped cilantro, and if you don't want any of these, guess what? This chicken is just gonna be so well seasoned that you're not gonna skip any flavor in your chicken. You're gonna be okay, I promise. So we're gonna go ahead and massage this for another 30 to 40 seconds just until it's well combined. And boom, done, amigos. Our chicken is well seasoned. You can save your marinade for later use. You can freeze it, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna place this right into our multi-cooker. One of our Views Club friends suggested that we get the Aura Pro Instant Pot, and friends, we are not disappointed. So we are gonna get started today, and we are gonna press our sear button. Claude, can you help us out?
Sear, saute, saute.
Hey!
Okay, friends, this is your Tia Cloud telling you, just like I tell my sister, do not touch the pot. Wait 3 minutes and you'll smell the heat in the air. And now we're ready to saute some pollito.
And we're gonna allow the chicken to sear for a good 5 minutes. After about 4 to 5 minutes, you wanna flip your chicken. And now we're gonna slow cook for 3 hours. Friends, I'm trying not to be such a bossy mommy, but I do have to tell you, don't start making your sauce until you've cleaned your kitchen, okay? You don't need any of the chicken heebie-jeebies around. And if you haven't taken a shower today after you're done making a sauce, make sure to take a shower. That's for the teenagers. You're gonna need 1 cup of plain yogurt. If you have Greek yogurt, it works well with this recipe too. Don't feel obligated to just use plain. And then we're gonna add about half a cup of mayonnaise.
Did you get a tattoo?
What tattoo?
The green on your wrist?
I should. I was thinking about.
Leaf? Would you get a
I don't know, I was thinking
cilantro?
about maybe I should get a cilantro leaf painted over my burn from last year. That would work.
If you don't have a burn, then what are you doing in the kitchen?
What are you doing in the kitchen?
Tell us.
Friends, it's because there was a lot of stress in my life last holiday season and I managed to burn myself here, but it's healing well. It's done well, it's just a mark. We're okay. We're gonna add the juice of 1 key lime. If you don't have a key lime, the flavor is gonna differ, but you can use lemon or a regular lime. Works great, but if you ever get a hold of key limes, ooh, take advantage of it, friends. They are beautiful. We're gonna add a little small bunch of parsley. You don't have parsley, go with cilantro. And if I don't say cilantro that way, it doesn't taste as good.
That's right.
I have a rep to protect, guys.
We get more drama from not pronouncing the words in Spanish than we do the other way. So like if we say cilantro, our friends, our amigos that speak Spanish and our family will come for us, guys.
Yes, and some of our Views Club friends would be like, ¿Qué están haciendo? What are you guys doing? You guys know how to say it, so say it right. You're gonna need garlic. If you have 2 or 3, it'll work perfect. 1 jalapeno. You like how I said that?
But say it how you want to say it.
Un jalapeño. You're gonna add 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin.
I love those acrylic spice containers. You got me into them.
They're magical. They're great. It took me a while to take them out of storage, and now that they're here, I'm like, where have you been the past few months, you know? You're gonna need 1 teaspoon of salt, and now we are gonna blend until smooth. You guys ready to get to dancing?
Was that 1 teaspoon of cumin?
1 teaspoon of each, yeah.
Oh, okay,
1 teaspoon
that's
black
easy.
pepper, 1 teaspoon ground cumin, and 1 teaspoon salt. And obviously you adjust your salt to taste. Before I forget, 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. Friends, for those of you that get a little bit, like, how much did you add, Steph? Don't worry, it's all in the description area. I think we tried it for 3 recipes where we didn't add in the description area to see if you guys would prefer that. For those of you watching on your TV, hello. So everything's in the description area, and I'm trying my best to let you guys know the measurements as we cook. And boom, done. And boom, done, amigos. Our chicken is ready. It's juicy, it's tender, and I'm just gonna take it over to the chopping block, and I'm gonna chop this up into little pieces like you would see at a taco shop, because apparently I can't get enough tacos. But I'm gonna be letting you know,
we dream of tacos.
we do dream of tacos and other things you can pair this chicken with. It doesn't have to be tacos, and we'll talk about that while I'm chopping. We're gonna be using a roasted salsa today. I'll leave all the ingredients I used for this particular one today. All I did was roast all the ingredients, blend, and now I'm gonna cook it just a little bit to keep it nice and warm and to preserve it a little bit longer for me this week. I'm gonna be warming up some flour tortillas, and then we are ready to start chopping up this chicken taco style. Before I start chopping our chicken, I want to go over what we have here. I have some purple onions with a little bit of ground cumin and paprika. We have our red radishes, key limes, cucumber, freshly chopped iceberg lettuce, our cooked salsa. And for those of you that like a more milder but yet hot salsa, that one's gonna do it, because I know the salsa cienfuegos, you guys were on fuego with that one. And here we have our chicken. You can really just use your fork to separate the chicken, but I want thin little slices like this. This is the look that I want to go for. I'm gonna make Cloud's first tasting taco, and we're gonna add a good amount of chicken. Don't be stingy with the sauce. Do not be stingy with the sauce.
Now's not the time to be greedy.
Nope.
Be greedy with your personal time.
Yep. And then all you're gonna do is just boom, boom. Oh, don't let me forget, because Cloud will come for me.
Just a couple radishes for me. There you go. Thank you.
The limoncito.
Thank you, sister.
For Cloud.
Oh my gosh, that sauce is spectacular with this chicken.
And I'm gonna need somebody very special to say
Buen provecho.
se va y se corre con el taco.
Ah, iba a decir con el borracho, pero.
Hey, hey, hey. Cloud has jokes today.
For those of you that know, talk to me in the comments.
You're awful. Necesito más salsita. Yummy. I can't get enough spice lately. I don't know what's going on with me. I love it. Me encanta.
Oh, did you buy the Costco side of Texas coffee down there?
No, it's the HEB size.
Oh, okay.
The San Antonio coffee blend. Oh my gosh, so good. These are really juicy.
Delicious.
Oh, I forgot I can't be dancing here.
Yes, you can. Remember when you used to pack these lonchecitos for me when I was in the office?
I think everybody that remembers me doing mukbang remembers when I used to tell them, if you have a single, you know, a family member, whatever, make sure to help them making dinner, picking up the kids at school.
Good looking out.
Now I'm the single mama and I'm living my best life.
Hey, that's why I made you some agua fresca.
Uh-huh.
All right, we have a tip for you. I remembered. You can make the same dish with different kinds of protein. You can use pork, and you can use fish, and is that it? Oh, tofu. You can use tofu as well. Sear it. You have to sear it.
Sear it and then add the seasoning and then cook it for a few minutes if you're using tofu.
Don't put your tofu in the multi-cooker though. Use that one on the stovetop, right?
And this recipe is not just for the multi-cooker. You can do this on your pan. You can place it in the oven. You can place it in a regular crock pot. Almost said something else.
Oh, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you. Please let us know if you make this recipe. And we want to give a special shout out to all of you who are driving and not texting. And Cloud's giving me that look because she was almost hit by a texter on the road. So if you're texting, put your phone down, take your time. You are valuable to society and to your family, so don't text.
Hello and welcome. In today's recipe, I'll be showing you how to transform 3 easy salads to beat the heat, stay healthy, or as a side dish. Let us know what you think in the comments. Now let's get started by making a classic dressing. You want to start off with some minced anchovies. And I know some of you that haven't had anchovies are like, ugh, fishy. No, it's more of a salty and it doesn't have so much of the fishy scent or flavor.
I was going to ask.
You were?
Yes.
I'm gonna be adding 2 egg yolks.
But you can't taste the anchovies that much in the dressing that you make.
No, you can't taste it. I'm gonna add my garlic. And today I'm using fancy salt. It's called Malden seasoned salt. I love it. If you guys see this, purchase it. It is perfect. Ideally, you want to use Dijon mustard, but since I have Cloud recording today, I am gonna impress her by using some grainy mustard.
I'm impressed.
Nay, I know you're watching. I know you like that too, girl.
So good.
Worcestershire sauce. And if I said that wrong, I'm sorry. I don't think anybody knows how to say it. Black pepper and some lemon juice. And start mixing. Next, you want to add your olive oil and you want to have some strength while you're mixing. And add it gradually. Cloud, what's your favorite type of oil?
Oh boy, that's tricky. It's gonna be avocado oil and olive oil. Sorry, I can't choose but those two.
Those two? Let us know in the comments what your favorite oil is. Mine is mamey because it works to moisturize your skin.
I thought you meant for cooking. I didn't mean for your body.
I meant any kind of oil.
No, then in that case, sesame seed.
I'm surprised you didn't say coconut oil. She can't decide.
Inappropriate.
I like mamey oil. Cloud introduced me to it. Not for eating, but it keeps my hair nice and shiny and my body nice and moisturized, silky smooth. So make sure that you're picking the best oils, friends, because Cloud, I don't think I've told them yet before.
What?
It's the first time. Well, friends, I have an announcement to give you today, and it just happens to be right now. I'm no longer going to be using canola oil on the channel, and if you guys want to join me, make sure that you enjoy the last of your canola oil and make better decisions for our bodies. Thanks, Cloud, for the coaching.
I'm proud of you.
Once you're done combining your ingredients, go ahead and add half of the portion of your Parmesan cheese. Oh my goodness, look at how beautiful that crumble is. So delicious. That's why you want to go light on your salt, because this cheese is going to give you the saltiness that we all love. Next, you want to add your cooked pasta, and today I'm using rotini. Make sure it's cold. You do not want to throw hot pasta in here. It's going to taste more like a soup. You don't want to do that. I mean, I don't know, you might. Combine your ingredients. Qué romántica esta ensaladita, eh?
It's beautiful.
And what I said to Cloud, I said, this little salad's looking very romantic. You're like, how?
That's gross. You're feeling romantic right now. I love it. I love it.
Add your romaine lettuce. Sprinkle the remaining Parmesan cheese. Combine one more time. I can't resist. I'm gonna have to taste this right now. And when you serve this dish, you can add a few little croutons right on the outer parts. I'm gonna need someone very special to say, ah. For our bacon and blue cheese salad, you're gonna need blue cheese and pre-cooked bacon, juicy tomatoes, and if you don't like tomatoes, you can use a red bell pepper. Add your cubed cucumbers, thinly sliced purple onion, and you know, if you don't have purple onion, make it comfortable for your home. Cilantro, candied walnuts. I'm gonna be squeezing half a key lime in here. And some ranch. And now just toss your salad and combine all those ingredients. I like to use butter lettuce right at the edge of my plate, and then you can add your mixture of your salad so that you can have quick and easy lettuce wraps. And boom, done amigos, we have a delicious blue cheese bacon salad. I have stacks, friends, and these stacks, well, this stack is called a leafy green lettuce stack, okay? So just give it a quick chop. Boom, 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 and let me hear you say ayo, ayo. Place it in your bowl.
These recipes can be doubled or tripled, right, for the week?
They sure can. This is my go-to salad, the one that you guys keep asking me for on Instagram. This is my favorite salad, and I eat this 3 times out of the week.
If not more.
Hey, nobody needs to know this right now, okay?
Hey, I benefit from it too. Howdy, neighbor.
You do. You guys can actually, if you guys were our neighbors, you can see me walking over to Clouds and taking her a salad like at 6 p.m. Hey, you want a salad?
And I always say yes. I'm grateful.
Add your cucumbers, and you know I'm a fan of cucumbers, so I add a lot. Cilantro, raisins, and if you don't like raisins, you can use craisins, currants. Pumpkin seeds have a lot of benefits for your body. You need to be eating these often. I don't even want to say it because I'm going to scare you guys, and I don't want to do that. I always tend to do that. So go ahead and sprinkle some pumpkin seeds. Sunflower seeds. For anybody that eats food, this is a must in your pantries. The amount of vitamins that are in here are essential, and look at that. A lot of B vitamins, zinc, just about everything that you need, minus A, I think, and we said, which one was the other one?
D, I believe.
And D. Does it have vitamin D? I think A and D is what is missing. It might be, but nope, we have vitamin D.
Oh, nice.
We're all set.
Vitamin C?
Vitamin C, let's see, guys. Yep.
Nice. So we have vitamin A.
We have B, magnesium, and you guys need that.
You said that you would take this with you if you only have one item to take from your pantry?
Yeah, if I was on a deserted island and they told me you can only take a few things, this would be one of them.
I said the Views chili oil. I'm gonna season my coconut with it, the fish.
You're wild.
Man. Just kidding.
You're wild. But let me show you how I like to layer this, okay? This is how I like to layer it because the nutritional yeast will stick to it and it just combines differently. Now, if I were to mix a nutritional yeast in here, it just tastes different. I don't know, my taste buds know. So go ahead and add your ranch. And don't go over 2 tablespoons, max, okay? Per person. Obviously, you can use a little bit less, but 2 seems to work for me. Squeeze your key lime in here, your citrus, and then we're gonna make it rain nutritional yeast. Yummy. I know that's a lot, but I love it. I'd rather have healthy calories than the times when I just sit there and eat a whole bag of chips, but you guys don't want to hear that. And boom, done with the salad, but I'm gonna show you how I love to pair this salad. Set your pan on a medium heat and add enough oil to coat the bottom of your pan. And all I did to our salmon is sprinkle some salt. And I am using that Maldon sea salt flakes, so lovely. Go ahead and place skin side down. Woo!
My favorite kind of fish is salmon.
Currently, that's all I want to eat, salmon, girl. I'm gonna cook the skin side 2 minutes.
And then I'm gonna turn it over and cook the top part for about a minute. And that should be just enough time to get everything cooked thoroughly. And we still keep that nice, delicious, juicy flavor that we love from salmon. And you can see this dish is already asking us, cooked halfway, to turn it over. And boom, done, amigos. We are all set. Say ah. This is my current favorite thing to eat right now.
Why?
It's super easy to make. The salmon gets done in just a few moments.
Okay.
And it's lightly seasoned. You really just need a little bit of salt, if that.
I always like to test you even though I know.
And it's healthy for you. This is a really healthy salad to have.
I agree.
We get asked a lot about our skin. We eat a lot of greens. Cloud has me eating a lot of salmon and using avocado oil. I love to eat the salad late at night. I know you shouldn't eat it late at night, but if you do eat a salad, and the reason I like this salad is because it takes me about 20 to 30 minutes to eat, and I'm texting with my friends or with you guys on IG, and or when I'm gaming, in between gaming I get to take a bite. So it's just a really fun salad to eat.
And I'm Cloud9 if you guys want to find me in for my gaming.
Cloud9?
Yes. Add me on.
Are you gonna put the link in the description?
No.
As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Adios. Hello and welcome back. Look what we have frying up, amigos. We are making fried quesadillas with fresh corn masa. It's gonna be nice and crispy on the outside and ooey gooey on the inside. I'm gonna be showing you a few little things that we added inside of our fried quesadilla, and it doesn't stop there. We made a hot lava salsa that you're absolutely gonna love. So come and take a look and see if it's something that you wanna make. We have them nice and crispy on the outside, ready to come out for you. Ooh, it's excited to meet you today and to see most of you again. And our hot salsa is a cooked salsa today, and it's cooked to perfection just like you. What you'll need for this recipe is fresh masa. If you don't have access to fresh masa, you can use your instant corn masa. Your choice of melty cheese. Today we're going to be using La Chona and H-E-B's queso asadero. They melt to perfection and they are ooey gooey and perfect for this recipe. And for those of you that need a little extra protein, I'm gonna make it a lot easier for you. Go ahead and buy yourself a pack of chilorio. It is absolutely amazing for tacos, and it's gonna go excellent with this fried quesadilla. And for our masa, you're gonna need 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. And remember to adjust to taste. And to add that extra sazon, we are gonna be making a fresh roasted salsa. You're gonna need tomatoes. And look what I got a hold of today. Some red jalapenos, cilantro, garlic, 1/4 of a purple onion, some salt, and some lime juice. And to top our fried quesadillas, we're gonna be using some crema fresca, avocado, a little cotija cheese, lettuce, and on the side we're gonna be using cucumbers and your radishes. And some purple pickled onions. To your natural corn masa, you want to add about 2 tablespoons of water, and what that's going to do, it's going to help us break down the clumps so that it's nice and soft when we add our next ingredients. Next, you're going to add your baking powder and your salt. And you're going to mix it for a good 2 minutes. And once you've combined your ingredients, you're going to notice that your dough is nice and soft. You're going to need about 2 to 3 tablespoons to make your little ball so that we can make it into a tortilla nice and flat, and then we can assemble our quesadilla. Just something really tiny. You place your little ball here. You're going to wrap it with love in your little plastic, and you're going to press like a tortilla. Give it a good press. Looks pretty good to me.
Now you're gonna open it up just like this. And this one's just gonna be cheese, okay? So what I like to do, I like to pick it up this way and press that top part right here. And then what I do is I cup it with my hand, just like that. You can also do it straight on here, but I find that this one gives you a better shape and a better seal. And now I'm just gonna set it to the side and I'll show you how we make the one with chilorio. And for those of you that are new, this little plastic is just a Ziploc bag plastic that I'm using. Any little thick bag like that will work.
And just wash it with warm water.
Yep, do not use soap on it. If you use soap on it, you're not gonna be happy about it. For the ones that I add extra filling to, I like to press a little bit more than just the ones with cheese, because that gives us a little bit more space to work with. So I'm gonna add the cheese. It's all to that one side. And your chilorio should be about 1 tablespoon. Don't push it. You guys know how I get, and I'm gonna tell you, if you want them to look beautiful and perfect for your family, don't push it. Make them want more for next week. So you're gonna press right here, and that's when you're gonna bring your hands, just like that. See? See all that love that goes in there?
I see it and I feel it.
Your beautiful hands. Be gentle. And I'm doing it this way when I'm cooking for my family. I'm usually doing this right by the stove top and just one after another, boom, 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 and done. It's a lot easier. And the best part is that you can freeze these.
And I always get the first bite for those of you that don't know when we're cooking in here.
Yes, Cloud always gets the first bite.
I'm grateful, I'm grateful.
And boom, done, amigos. We are ready to fry. You get about a dozen of these, about 12 to 14, and then you might have a little bit extra, and that's when you want to make it very special for somebody super tiny and special. And yes, we did fill it up with no cheese and just chilorio. I have my pot on a medium heat. I added a little bit of oil. I have our garlic, our tomato, our chiles, and our onion. We're just gonna roast this until they get nice and charred and soften up just a little bit before we blend them. Okay, mi corazón, you're gonna add your bunch of cilantro, and you're just gonna break it up with your hands. And I'm using a lot today because, you know, when you use foil in your food and these kind of things, you want to use a lot of cilantro to help your body eliminate those metals from your body. Okay? Ooh, it smells so good. We're nice and roasted, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna place all of these ingredients into our blender. It smells so good. Add your salt, and now we're gonna blend until smooth. And boom, almost done. Add your salsa. I'm gonna add a little bit of water in here.
Hot lava.
It is hot lava. We're gonna add a little bit of water in here just so that we can get all of our salsa in this pot.
Ah, sí, te quería encontrar.
Clean as you go, because you don't wanna get anything stuck on your stovetop, and it's just not a good look, guys. Clean up.
And we have those kitchen towels linked in our store.
They're my favorite ones.
Yes, if you need help finding them, just let me know in the comments.
If you're from Sonora, you know that you have to clean up as you go, porque te regañan, and it's just a lifestyle. It's a vibe, guys.
And we know everybody cleans as they go, yes, but this is an actual requirement.
Yeah, it really is. Now that our salsa is nice and warm, I'm just gonna switch our burner to a low simmer, just till it's not bubbling everywhere. Keep it nice and calm, because once you raise that, you know, the hot lava comes through, and this is definitely a really amazing salsa. And I hope you guys like it as much as Claude does. This is her favorite salsa.
It is. It's a hot lava salsa.
I'm gonna check our oil to see if it's ready to fry. You wanna use a wooden spoon, a wooden chopstick, toothpick, something that's not coated. That is wood. You're gonna place it in here. And when it bubbles, that means that we are ready to fry. Woo! Place it in gently. And it should only take us about 4 minutes max to fry our quesadillas. And you see how beautifully they float to the top? That means that we're just gonna flip it over so that that other side is just a little spot that needs frying. Friends, if you guys like this little clay pot, Cloud has it linked in the description area with a lot more details. And I still love it. It's my favorite to cook with right now. And after 3 to 4 minutes, you'll see that your quesadillas are nice and crispy, and it's time to place them to the side. I like to use a wire little rack. Make sure you're not using paper towels because that's going to take the crispiness away, and we don't want that.
Sister,
Okay?
that's not a rack, that's a basket.
It's a little basket, a rack. Ya me conocen. Ya saben cómo soy. Ya saben. And for those of you that don't know what that means, it means you already know how I am. Making it comfortable for my home.
That's right.
Oh, that one's pouring out some chilorio juice. Yummy. And I'm going to continue frying the remaining quesadillas. While our quesadillas are still frying, I'm going to slice them up right about here. This one's really hot, if you're wondering. Ooh, you see that?
I do.
Yummy. Next, you're going to add your lettuce. And I shredded our lettuce really, really thin. It's perfect like that. Add your avocado. Add your crema. Cotija cheese. Pickled onions. And some of your fresh salsa. If you don't like spicy salsa, this is not the one for you. We can link some in the description area for you. And I'm going to prepare a few more here, but Cloud's going to get the first bite with her pepinos and her radishes.
Thank you.
While we finish frying the rest of our quesadillas. But you guys are going to be ready for a big, big bite real soon.
Thank you, sister.
You're welcome. I'm going to need somebody very special to say,
Buen provecho. Ooh, we love a good crunch.
That's so good.
That's so crunchy. I love to hear that.
Yummy.
And we do have a tip for you. If you hear that crunch and you want that crunch in your bite as well, I'm gonna take a guess. And I think that you need to cook it, fry it a little bit longer to keep that crunch. Guys, I cheated. I asked this question earlier off camera.
It's because it's so good I can't talk.
I find that the salsa on its own is spicy, but not when you pair it with your fried quesadillas. It has a good combination of flavor in it.
It really does.
It really does. Ooh. I have my agua fresca too. Let me show it.
Right over here, guys. Right over here. Delicious. Friends, if you see a comment that I didn't feed Cloud, can you guys please stand up for us? Because my favorite thing to do is feed my family, and my sister is no different. I will always feed everybody before I feed myself. So I just wanted to clarify that Cloud gets fed.
I get fed quite often, every day, even when we're not recording. My sister's my neighbor, and we're a community, and we love to eat. I don't skip any meals. You can see for yourself on my personal Instagram account if you want to see or if you're curious. This agua fresca is good. What is that? It's lemon. Limonada
Yes.
mexicana.
Limonada mexicana. There's a debate between the key limes being limones and limas. In Mexico, you call the key limes, you just call them limones. And I will go at it with my family about their limes.
But there's also places throughout the republic that it's known as lima. So I guess it just depends on your home, right? We grew up in
de Colima. You know?
Okay, yeah. So we grew up in the same household, but I call my lemons lemons and I called my limes limes.
I do the same.
Yeah. So it's all about your upbringing. That's it.
This is so good.
Our friends that love the crema fresca, this is a perfect recipe for you.
Yeah, and you know, I really love fresh corn masa.
I do too.
You guys are gonna have to look away.
You are gonna look away.
This is like my new shame look because I love to eat, and now I'm being like told that I don't eat well.
One thing we can all agree upon is that we are bottomless pits. Thank you so much, everyone.
I like to eat, you guys. I really do.
Thank you to those of you that binge watched us this weekend.
Oh my goodness, did you see whose baby's almost ready? She's 40 weeks pregnant already.
What?
Yep, she's ready.
My prayers go out to her because I know what that feels like, and yeah. Hope
I
you're
mean,
getting
you
a massage.
You are in our prayers. We're so excited to see the baby. And yeah, more V's Club Juniors.
And churros, they're so sweet.
Okay, one more bite out of this one because I'm going to sit with Cloud and eat another one.
I'm on round 2.
Yummy. This is definitely a teenager food, right?
I think it's a universal food.
Yeah, but you know, I can picture myself after like school, being a teenager, and my mom having these, and I would be really, really happy.
That's right. This would be more of a nap after like you know when you're a teenager, you get home and you're starving. You have your fideo, your sopita, and then this is what your mom would be making. Make this for your teenagers, for your young adults. They're gonna thank you.
Ooh. Sorry, I can't focus. This is one of the best foods that you're ever gonna have if you love Mexican food. And you know I love chilorio, I love cheese, I love corn, and I love food.
Yes. And for those of you who have your puestecitos and you're selling food, this is a great one. It holds well, it reheats well. It'd be great to make this one for selling.
Friends, van a comer rico ahora.
Hello and welcome back to Views on the Road. I'm your host Steph, and today we're making chicken stew. If you love tinga and you love stew, this recipe's for you.
And it's super easy to meal prep this recipe for your loved ones. I hope you guys enjoy. To your chicken, you're gonna add cumin, black pepper, salt, oil of your choice. Today I'm using olive oil, minced garlic, and you want to fully combine all your ingredients. Make sure that your seasonings coat every last piece of chicken. Next, you want to add your baking soda and your cornstarch. And again, we're going to combine all our ingredients to make sure every last piece is coated. And once you fully combine all your ingredients, you're going to set this to the side for a minimum of 10 minutes. I pre-soaked my guajillo chilies in some warm water for about 10 minutes. I removed the stems and the seeds, and what you want to do is you want to add them right into your blender. Add your desired amount of chipotle peppers. I'm going to go with 4 because we love the flavor and the smell of chipotles. And if you don't want chipotle, you can't handle the spice, that's okay. You can use a little bit of canned hatch chilies. And you're going to add your garlic, tomatoes, your onions. You can use fresh chicken broth, or you can use some hot water, throw in some chicken bouillon like I did, and pour it right on in. And to balance the spice in here, I've been using piloncillo, also known as panocha, but if you don't have access to this, you can use a little bit of molasses. And now you want to blend until smooth. And boom, done. Place your burner on a medium-high heat. Add your chorizo, onions, and your chicken. This is a drop-and-go recipe, and I hope you love it. Continue cooking your ingredients for another 6 minutes. Make sure to come and stir periodically. And I'm cooking with beef chorizo today, and the smell extruding from this pot is amazing. It's potpourri in my kitchen. One final stir, and then you're gonna add your sauce. Add a little piece or a small bay leaf, you know, the ones that are cracked and nobody wants to use, just add a little bit of it. You're gonna give your stew a loving mix. Once your pot reaches a boil, you're gonna continue to cook on a medium-low heat for another 10 to 15 minutes. You wanna look for the sauce to get nice and thick, and make sure to come and stir periodically. My son loves French fries with any kind of stew, and to satisfy his hunger, I'm gonna make him some French fries, and I like to do that while our stew is cooking. Our stew is about done. I'm just gonna take these French fries out and salt them, and then I'm gonna be ready to serve you, my dear. And boom, done. Our beautiful stew is ready. And you get that perfect thickness. Doesn't matter if you're gonna be using bread, rice, tortillas, it's gonna be delicious. I showed you in our pot roast recipe how to make the oregano rice. It's super easy. I'll link the recipe in the description area. And that's what I'm gonna be pairing our recipe today with. And make sure to add enough sauce because you can dip just about everything in there. I'm also gonna be placing a little bit of a salad. I'm gonna need somebody very special to say
Buen provecho.
Thank you. And I think anything stewy and rice for me right now is just hitting the spot.
All right, it's here. I love how you said those fries were for the boys.
I only got a few.
Okay.
I left a lot more for them.
You did.
And I'm on 11 days of no soda. Cheer for me, you guys.
Ooh, cheers. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a wannabe limeade.
Nice. With or without sugar?
No sugar.
Okay. I'm proud of you.
Nothing like a hearty stew after shoveling snow with your boys. You guys should look away because I'm going to go sit with my boys and finish our dinner. I hope that you guys have a lovely evening and enjoy. Hello and welcome. Today we are making a popular Korean pancake from scratch. To your bowl, add your all-purpose flour, potato starch, and if you don't have potato starch, you can use cornstarch, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, sugar, baking soda. Combine all your ingredients. Once you combine all your ingredients, you want to add your water gradually. And I am using cold water. I put an ice cube in here and it keeps it nice and cold. Just keep mixing.
Giving us that waterfall effect. Are you trying to give me hints? You're taking me on vacation somewhere? Oh, my birthday's over.
Your birthday is still in session for us, and we do have something coming for Cloud. Make sure to follow us on our social media, friends.
Can we clarify that? We don't have something coming for me because that sounds really scary, and I don't like horror films or anything that's like jump scare. So maybe something coming for you sounds like the chupacabras or something's coming for me.
You took it too far. Take it back a notch. And this is a consistency that we're looking for. Just a pancake looking one, not too thick, not too thin.
And some inquiring minds want to know, are you mixing just until you get rid of the lumps or incorporating all the ingredients?
Both. We don't want any lumps and we want all our ingredients nice and mixed. And since we're using baking soda for this, we want to move quickly. So this is a part where you can make it comfortable for your home. So you can add some carrots.
No.
Yes, you're going to get carrots, Cloud, and all of you are going to be eating your carrots. Moms, if you want to sneak some zucchinis in here, you can. And we're going to add a lot of green onion. And you can slice the onions however you like, long julienne style. But this way, my kids can eat it and chew it a lot easier. And for those of you that really love onion, we're going to use some white, thinly sliced, paper thin sliced white onions, okay? And I know some of you have a preference for certain proteins. You can use a little bit of ground beef in here. You can use a little bit of shrimp. And what I did with the shrimp is I thinly sliced it and chopped it into 3. And make sure to slice them down the middle so that you can get an even cook. So what I like to do before I add the shrimp, I like to make a few of the pancakes by themselves because I have my older son that doesn't have a preference for seafood. It's selective. If it's fried, he'll eat it. But this way, he's not likely to do it. So just mix all your ingredients and keep that shrimp for the last one that you're making for those that like it, okay? Once you've added all your ingredients, go ahead and give that a good mix and let's head on over to the stovetop so that we can start making our pancakes. Set your pan on a medium heat and drizzle some oil. And depending on your pan, you can add a little bit extra. And you want to allow that side to crisp for a good 3 to 4 minutes.
And all she was doing there was just loosening up the bottom so it doesn't stick, although I don't think it's going to stick. You have a really good cast iron.
Can you link it in our description area for our friends?
I got you, amigos.
And after 3 to 4 minutes, you're gonna flip your pancake. To make it even crispier, we're gonna add a little bit of oil just on the outside. So that we can keep both sides crispy. So just go ahead and tilt your pan to the side, back and forth to allow it to crisp up. And once you flip your pancake, it should only take you 2 to 3 minutes to finish cooking the other side. And after 3 to 4 minutes, our pancake is ready. So you just want to go ahead and place it on your rack. That way it still continues to get crispy while you're making the rest of your Korean pancakes. And boom, done, amigos. Our pancakes are ready. Let me show you how to make a good dipping sauce. Rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, gochugaru, Korean pepper flakes, a little bit of water, and some sugar. Combine all your ingredients, and we're ready to dip. I like to slice our pancake into little squares. Nice and crispy. Let's open them up for you guys. Ooh. And you just want to take a little dip. Cooked to perfection. You're gonna love this, Cloud. The shrimp are tender. They're not overcooked. They are just right. Please let me know in the comments if you guys make this recipe and what proteins you added, or if you just kept it veggie friendly. All right, Cloud, come in, girl. Come in.
Hello and welcome. Today I'll be showing you how to make a quick and easy lemon chicken.
You want to take your chicken breast and slice it in half. Place it in your bag, or you can use saran wrap to do this next step. Take your meat tenderizer and just pound it. If you don't have a meat tenderizer, you can use a cup, something heavy that can even out the chicken breast for you. If you notice when you cook chicken, you get the chicken breast that's a little bit thicker and then it goes thin. We want to flatten it, not completely, but just enough so that it cooks evenly. For those of you that have sensitivity to the way chicken smells, you don't want to skip this step. In this bowl, I have some baking soda, and what this is gonna do is gonna help eliminate that smell that you're sensitive to, and it's also gonna help keep our chicken nice and tender. So this is where you wanna use either, you know, your plastic container or a Ziploc bag will work, and you just wanna mix it around, okay? Once you've coated the chicken with the baking soda, you wanna let this set here for about 10 to 15 minutes. Next, you wanna rinse your chicken thoroughly. Place your chicken on a paper towel and pat dry.
Inquiring minds want to know if the chicken's going to taste like paper towels with this step.
No, it's not.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I thought you were going to say, did you wash your sink with soap and disinfect it? Yes, I encourage you guys that after you wash your chicken, that you disinfect your sink. That's very important, amigos. Take your favorite mixing bowl and add all-purpose flour, cornstarch. If you don't have cornstarch, you can use potato starch, garlic powder, salt. Combine your ingredients. Add your chicken, and you just want to make sure that we're coating our chicken completely. So you've coated your chicken, shake it off, and this recipe is good for about 4 chicken breasts. You'll need some olive oil, butter, lemon juice, cilantro, onion, garlic, black pepper, Mexican oregano, chicken bouillon, and some water. Set your pan on a medium heat and add your olive oil, your butter. Make sure you place the butter right on top of your olive oil. We want to prevent that butter from burning. Place your coated chicken in your pan. Make sure not to crowd your pan with your chicken. We're going to continue to cook on each side for 3 minutes. Flip your chicken. And continue to cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. Once you've seared your chicken, go ahead and take your pieces out. And set them to the side. Once you've seared your chicken, you're going to add your onions.
Oh, I love onions so much.
Oh, it smells so good. Ay, Dios mío.
I love when you use lemon in your recipes. You know how to use them to perfection.
Oh, thank you. Qué
My
linda.
favorite.
We're going to continue to cook our onions for about 1.5 minutes, okay? If we add our garlic right now, we're just going to end up achieving a burn, and that's not what we want. We want to be able to taste the delicious flavors of our garlic, our onion. Ooh, it's going to be magical, amigos. Hang tight.
Oh, as soon as the onions hit the pan, I knew it was going to be magic.
Make sure to engage with your food and bring in the aroma. It smells so good. It smells like those onion packets, those gravy onion packets. So good. After about 1.5 minutes, you want to add your garlic. And continue to cook for another 20 to 30 seconds. Just here, you know, stirring it up.
Practice your dance moves.
Yeah. We'll shake here. We'll shake there. It just keeps getting better.
I'm going to start carrying bread in a holster belt. Right? And just take out my baguette and dip it in your sausage.
Like those treat packs?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you're out of control. After about 20 to 30 seconds, you want to add your water. Add your chicken bouillon. Your black pepper. Add your lemon juice. And for those of you that are feeling a little bit extra, you can splash a little bit of half and half heavy cream at this moment. Give you more of a creamy flavor. Stir all your ingredients and continue to cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. Next, what you want to do is you want to put your burner on a low heat, and you want to get your Mexican oregano and make sure to crumble it well with the tips of your fingers, just like this. Sprinkle it in. For those of you that are feeling extra, you want to add your sliced lemon. And you just want to cook this for another 45 seconds to a minute. After about 45 seconds to a minute, you can start adding your chicken pieces. Just make space in your pan however you can. Now I'm just going to continue to cook on a low temperature for another 2 minutes. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to come with a little spoon and pour over, because we don't want to flip this chicken again once we set it down. I mean, you can, but I don't.
We're going to do what you do. We're not flipping it.
No flipping chicken today.
We're not going to flip anything today.
And for those of you that flip birds to de-stress, more power to you.
Not the Bees Club.
Junior, you guys are not allowed to do that. Get a juice box.
That looks so beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. And after about 2 minutes, you want to sprinkle in some cilantro. If you don't have cilantro, you can use some parsley. You can use some green onion. You can make it comfortable for your home, amigos. I love sprinkles, so I'm taking my time sprinkling this in. You guys can just toss it in all at once. But
I love all the romance today.
oh, thanks, thanks. Turn your burner off and boom, done, amigos. We are ready to taste this delicious lemon chicken.
Amigos, do not look away. I like to have my lemon chicken with some purpled pickled onions. It just really amplifies the flavor. And I'm just gonna set them here to the side. Lemons make me so happy. Perfection. Friends, get ready. Your family's gonna love it. It's nice, refreshing, it's tender, it's juicy. You don't dry out your chicken, and you have the perfect balance to lemon chicken here. Ooh, the ratios are perfect.
I agree with you.
And you know the purple onions? They give it that delicious tartness that you're also wanting to balance, because I've had this with capers, which I love, but I really like it with the pickled purple onions. You did a great job on them, Cloud.
Thank you. For those of us that caught us on the live.
I love how soft it is. Nothing got soggy in here. Like, it's just perfect. It really is yummy. Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your carnitas in your slow cooker, and if you stick around to the end, I'm going to be sharing a tip with you. For this recipe, you'll need 4 pounds of pork butt, the juice of 2 oranges, 1/4 of a cup of milk, 1/2 a cup of water, pour your milk, 3 tablespoons of pork fat, 4 garlic cloves, 1.5 tablespoons of salt, and 2 bay leaves. To your pork, you want to sprinkle your salt.
You love those little small bowls.
You done joking? She has jokes today, everybody. I'm gonna impress you when we're done making these carnitas, not with the big bowls.
Ooh.
Unless it's tortillas. But, ooh, you got hungry. Once you've seasoned your pork with your salt, go ahead and set it to the side. Set your burner on a medium-high heat and add your pork fat. Add your pork. And I'm going to continue to sear on this side for 6 to 8 minutes. Go ahead and flip your pieces of pork and continue to cook for another 4 minutes. Give or take, your sear time should be anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. Add your milk and water mixture, your orange juice. Squeeze your oranges and just drop them in when you're done squeezing. Garlic, bay leaves. Give it a little mix. And next, add your carnitas. Set your slow cooker on low for 8 hours. Friends, I ended up leaving our carnitas overnight, and in the morning when I came down to get my coffee, I just kept it on warm, and they are ready. Ooh, steamy and delicious. And what I love about our slow cooking recipe is that the top ones, you get a little bit of that crisp that we all love from when we seared, and the ones at the bottom still have the sear, but they're just extra juicy from all the broth that's down below. Come and take a look. And it just falls apart. Look at that. So for those of you that haven't used your slow cooker in a very long time, do not get rid of it. I heard some of you got rid of it. What's going on? It's a classic. You guys got to keep it. Just store it properly and it will love you forever.
So what she's really trying to say is that we have a lot of slow cooker recipes coming your way.
We sure do. For those of you that just came for the carnitas recipe, they are ready to eat however you want. But for us, we're gonna make some tacos.
And here we have some salsa verde, mandatory for tacos, some radish, cucumber and limes, some cilantro, and some onions.
And boom, done, amigos. We are ready for a delicious bite.
Not with that seed.
I saw it, okay? Excuse my fingers. My hands are very clean. Ooh, and we have double tortilla just for you today. Okay, mis amores, I'm gonna need somebody very special to say ah.
Buen provecho. The camera woman already had her tacos and they are delicious. Delicious. Sorry, I can't speak. Round two. You know how I make fun of you with your drinks? Here are mine. Hey, woo. I'll tell you what makes them so good is that you made them.
Thank you.
And for you at home, they're gonna taste just as good when you put love into your food.
I really needed to eat some juicy tacos, and I'm so happy that you guys are requesting more slow cooker recipes.
I do have a question for you in between your munching. Let's say that some of us don't have time to sear the meat before. Is it acceptable to just put it all in the slow cooker? It is acceptable. But I know what you're gonna tell me.
What?
The texture is gonna be slightly different.
And what can you do after that?
I'm gonna need your help with that.
That's so good. I have anything in my teeth, guys?
Nope, you're good.
Good. Now you're ready for your tip. My tip to you is you can sear before you place it in your slow cooker, or you can sear it after you're done cooking it in your slow cooker. It's gonna be up to you and how much time you have, because I know some days you do have the time to sear, and that's gonna take you 10 to 15 minutes, but if you don't have the time and you need to just get it done so that you can finish your night routine, the next day when they're done, you can just place them on a pan and sear them again.
Oh, okay.
Well, not sear them again, you can sear them after. So there is no perfect way when you're making it comfortable for your home.
Thank you for that tip. Ooh, I like how the orange pulls through on these carnita tacos, but you can't really, like, it's not in your face type of thing. Like, it's subtle, and it's good, and it's perfect.
I'm in my happy place right now. I have been more obsessed with tacos than I've ever been. I've been finding so many good taco shops, and most of the taco shops that I prefer, I'm gonna be honest with you, end up being at a grocery store. They're just so homemade.
At the Mexican markets, when you see like guisados lined up.
And everybody's so sweet when they're serving you there. And they know you're ready to eat, that you're busy buying groceries, but get yourself a taco.
A lot of our local taco shops know us by name, by face, by order. Because we do a lot of home cooking, but we support our local taco shops.
Oh my goodness.
What are you washing this down with? I got here late for the party. Ooh, that must be Jamaica. And something else?
And piña.
Ooh.
And key lime.
Now that's the combo that I can get behind on.
And I loaded it.
Yes.
It is a loaded agua fresca with tacos. I dream about tacos, and it's not gonna stop now. Whether they're traditional or my personal creations of chicken Alfredo tacos, they're all so good to me. Qué rico. Please let us know what your favorite tacos or style of tacos are down below. What region, if you know, just let us know.
Oh snap, I'm still recording.
Look away. Hello and welcome. Amigos, I can't stop making this incredibly easy and delicious dish. Everyone in your house is gonna absolutely love this, but I really do hope that you like this as much as I do. In this bowl, I have some chopped pork butt in nice big chunks. And if you don't have pork butt, you can use whatever pieces of pork you have that have a lot of the fat on it. That's what we want for this particular recipe. Take your salt and sprinkle it in your bowl. Add some chili powder, and today I'm using guajillo chili powder, black pepper, onion powder, ground cumin, and some Mexican oregano. Combine all your ingredients and make sure that your pork is coated with all of the seasonings. Once your seasoning is well combined, you're gonna add your olive oil. Give that a good mix. And you wanna set this to the side for 15 minutes. You'll also need white onion, red and green bell pepper, cilantro, and a lot of garlic. And I'm just gonna slice it in chunks. That means they're really thick. Just like that. Oh, that makes you happy.
Yes.
I knew it. And this is optional, but Cloud loves it when these little tomatoes burst in her mouth, and that's exactly what we're gonna do today. We are gonna be using these little tiny tomatoes, but if you have Roma or whatever tomatoes you have at home, they will work for this recipe. Set your burner on a medium heat and allow it to warm up for 3 minutes. Once your pan is heated up, go ahead and start adding your pieces of pork. It smells so good. Ooh. Now, whatever you do not move this for the next 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, you're gonna add your garlic. Just sprinkle it in, and we're gonna mix this around. Oh, what a beautiful sear. You see what happens when we don't move our meat?
It's a valuable lesson I have learned.
Me too, but sometimes I do push it and I'm trying to get things done quick, but it's worth waiting and not overcrowding and let it happen, you know?
Right.
So once you mix everything, you're gonna continue to cook on a medium heat for 4 more minutes. I have some chicken broth and I'm gonna be adding some lemon to it, okay? After 4 minutes, we're gonna add our chicken broth and lemon mixture. Place your burner on a low heat and we're gonna continue to cook for 25 minutes. And after 25 to 30 minutes, you want your sauce to get to that point right there. Can you guys see that? Where it's almost gone, but it's still there?
We see it.
Perfect. So that should take you anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes. When you get to that place, you're gonna start adding your onions. And our juicy tomatoes. If you love juicy tomatoes, let us know in the comments. Cloud would love to respond to you. And go ahead and mix all your ingredients well. And you see how just a little bit of the sauce that we have left coats your onions perfectly. So when they soften up, they're gonna be well seasoned as well. Now I'm gonna continue to cook on a medium heat for 3 to 4 minutes. And after about 4 minutes, now we're gonna add our green and red bell peppers. Now let's give this a quick mix.
I'm really feeling this today. I'm saying yummy.
I can't stop making it. Every time I make it, I just want to eat more of it. It has just a well-balanced heart to it that just with the pork, it's out of this world. The other thing I like about this dish is that it doesn't feel too heavy after you eat it. Even if you eat it with rice, it feels really light. I feel like such a ballerina after I eat this. Light.
Yeah, you have a good amount of vegetation in there.
Yeah. Go ahead and turn your burner off. And you're gonna sprinkle your cilantro. Give that a quick mix again. Ooh, oh my goodness, look at that. That glossy onion right there. Ooh.
I like some of that gravy that's left to put on there, right?
Well, there's gonna be some on there and it's gonna coat your rice beautifully. And that rice is made to perfection. Just the way you like it, sis.
That's the way I trained you.
You really did. Set your Instant Pot on saute and add a little bit of oil. I'm using avocado oil today. Allow your oil to heat up in your pressure cooker for about 3 minutes. Add your rice. And today I'm using basmati rice. Your favorite, Cloud.
My personal favorite, especially when it all lands in the pot.
Yes, okay. You got jokes today. Sprinkle it in, sprinkle it in. Once you combine all your rice into your oil, we're gonna be here and lightly toasting our rice. We do not want it to that golden color. Just a nice little toasty look to it. That should take you about 3 minutes. Once you've slightly toasted your rice, you're gonna add your water. Lemon juice. Go ahead and stir and make sure all your rice is underneath that water. Seal the deal. And we are just gonna place this on our rice setting. Once your rice is ready, you wanna allow it to stay in there until the pin drops on its own. Fluff up your rice. That's gonna allow some of that steam to release. And you wanna add your cilantro. And boom, done. Cilantro lime rice in your pressure cooker. I've added some purple pickled onions and red radishes, and now it's time for us to take a delicious taste. Say ah.
I hope you got a juicy tomato in there.
Not yet, but I will.
Buen provecho.
The tomato did it. It's
That
magical.
whole combination is amazing.
I really love dishes like this that keep you engaged because I want to just hop everywhere and just keep eating. The pork is so soft and juicy.
Every bite has flavor, right? Good job on this creation, girl. I love it. Bring some more recipes out of the vault. I see all those notebooks in your room.
I don't think anybody wants to see my creations.
Oh no, don't start. No, not right now. You're loved, you're appreciated. We want these secret recipes out.
Everything's already been done. It's just a way of transforming them, and I am really good at transforming them and creating them.
If you don't release those recipes, girl, I'm gonna sell them on eBay, those books.
Welcome. Today you're going to learn a new way to enjoy your ground beef. Now let's get this recipe on the road by grinding 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds. And I'm going to be using my Mr. Coffee grinder. It's not just for grinding coffee, it's for grinding some delicious spices. And now you're just going to pulse and give it a nice little 90s grind. Let's start seasoning our ground beef. You're going to add your ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a tablespoon of olive oil. And now you want to combine and mix all your ingredients. For those of you that are curious as to what kind of beef I'm using today, I'm using 85/15. And once you're done combining your ingredients, you're going to go ahead and set this to the side. You're going to need 2 garlic cloves, and all you want to do is peel your garlic, chop it up, and mince it nicely. Now, if you don't have time to chop your garlic, that's okay. You can substitute with 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And once you're done mincing, you're going to set your garlic to the side. Next, you're going to chop your cabbage. If you have a small cabbage, you're gonna need to use the whole thing, and if you have a large cabbage, just go ahead and chop half of it. And what I like to do, I place it on its side, and I start chopping. This part doesn't have to be too fine because when you're eating this with your ground beef, you want a good bite. You don't have to be perfect for this particular cabbage. And that's why this recipe is one of the family favorites. The best ratio for this particular recipe would be 50% ground beef and 50% cabbage. Now, if you need to stretch it, go ahead and add more cabbage. Promise you, nobody's gonna complain about this particular recipe, and the best part is that it's super easy to make. And now it's time to get to cooking. Place your burner on a medium heat and drizzle about 1 teaspoon of olive oil. To that olive oil, you're gonna add your garlic, and you're gonna saute for a good 30 seconds. That smells delicious. These little simple steps in cooking really make a difference. Next, you're gonna add your ground beef and you're gonna continue to cook and break down for a good 4 minutes. The aromas coming out of this kitchen are absolutely divine. Some of you are going to want to get excited and add more seasonings in here. I suggest that you don't. Learn how to eat simple. This is a very simple recipe that's going to save your life at some point when everybody's really hungry in your home. So don't add anything. The only thing you should be adjusting is your salt. So once you've cooked your ground beef and you see a little bit of that frothiness at the bottom, you're going to add your cabbage. Place your favorite lid over your cabbage. I don't have a favorite lid for my cast iron, so bear with me. And then you're gonna place your lid on the top and you're gonna let your cabbage wilt down. So in 4 minutes, we're gonna come and we're gonna mix everything up. And after those 4 minutes, you're just gonna combine your ingredients. Place your pan on a medium-low and continue to cook for another 4 minutes. And boom, done. Our dinner is ready to serve. And make sure when you're serving this recipe with beans that your beans are nice and thin and smooth. That way it's easier for your body to digest. You can add a little bit of queso fresco to your beans. And boom, done. Who's ready for a bite? I'm gonna need somebody very special to say And boom, done. An easy and simple dinner that your whole family is gonna love. What I love about this recipe is that it usually takes me less than 20 minutes to do it, from the rice to the ground beef and cabbage and even our beans. This is the kind of dinner that always gets my family asking for seconds, so you guys are warned. That's so good. As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you, and on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Adios! And my favorite way to enjoy this particular recipe is by adding a little bit of soy sauce to my rice and over my ground beef and cabbage. And for spice, I like some chiltepines. It doesn't taste the same if I don't add those 2 ingredients, so I hope that you guys like my take on this particular recipe. Hello and welcome back to Views on the Road. I'm your host, Steph, and today I'm going to show you how to make a popular Mexican dinner that everybody's going to love. I started with my chicken breasts and I just sliced them in half into thinner strips. And now it's time to season it. Add half a tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a tablespoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and now you want to fully combine your ingredients. Once you combine all your ingredients, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And again, you're going to combine your ingredients until everything is fully coated with that delicious olive oil. Once you fully combine all your ingredients, you're going to let this set for 10 to 15 minutes just so that all those seasonings can penetrate into our chicken. And I like to use the lid from one of my pans whenever I do anything on a plate. And while that sets, we're going to get started on our rice. I'm telling you, you're going to love this recipe because you can get it done. If you move quickly in the kitchen, you can get it done with 35 minutes. And if you take your time, 45 minutes, you'll get all this recipe done. Place your burner on a medium heat and add 1 tablespoon of oil. Next, you're going to add your rice.
Ooh, Rice Krispies treats.
That's how you know I washed my rice. Give that a loving mix and continue to toast your rice for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, you're going to add your water and follow the suggested recommendations on your package. 1 tablespoon of Mexican oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt, and the juice of half a lime. If you don't have lime, you can use lemon juice. If you don't have lemon juice, use 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Bring your rice to a boil. Once you see a boil, you're going to lower your temperature and you're going to continue to cook as suggested on your package. While our rice is cooking, we're going to get started on our enchilada sauce. You're going to need 5 tomatillos, 1/4 of an onion, 2 garlic cloves. You'll need 2 roasted poblano peppers. Make sure to remove the skin, the stem, and the seeds. For those of you that want a little bit more smoky spice in your enchilada sauce, you can use 3 chiles de árbol, a small bunch of cilantro, and if you don't like it, I know you're out there, you might not like it, go ahead and skip it. 2 cups of chicken broth, and now you want to blend it until smooth. And boom, done. Let's cook it. Place your burner on a medium heat and add 1 tablespoon of oil. Next, you're going to add your enchilada sauce, and be careful because it might splash on you. Give your enchilada sauce a loving mix and continue to cook on a medium-low heat as we cook our chicken. Place your burner on a medium-high heat and allow it to warm up for 2 minutes if you're using a cast iron. If you're using a non-stick, allow it to warm up for about 45 seconds to a minute. Once you place your chicken on your pan, you're going to change your burner to a medium heat and you're going to continue to cook on that side without moving anything for 3 to 4 minutes. And just as we start cooking our chicken, our rice is ready. You can give that a loving mix and just set it to the side.
Oh, that chicken smells so good.
Next, you're going to flip your chicken. And you're going to continue to cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. If you notice that your pan's a little bit dry, just like it's seared our chicken here, not to worry, you can add a little bit of oil to your pan and continue cooking. Some of our pieces of chicken are ready, and when that happens, I like to pile it on top of each other. And then you'll notice that the bigger pieces just need a little bit more cook time. You're going to add half a large onion, whatever choice of colored peppers you have at home that you need to use, you're going to add those. And since my sister loves garlic, I'm going to go ahead and sear some garlic for her.
Thank you, sister.
I love you.
Love you too.
Sprinkle a little bit of salt. And continue cooking until they're nice and translucent. I'm going to also add a little red pepper because our salsa is pretty spicy and we don't need a jalapeno today. And as you cook, you want to start setting aside the pieces of chicken that are fully cooked. Our chicken and our onions are just about ready. We're going to start frying our corn tortilla into some hot oil and get started on making our simple traditional enchiladas. Once you fry your corn tortilla, you're going to drip off the excess oil and you're going to dip it right into your sauce. Add some queso fresco. Add some more enchilada sauce. Add your piece of chicken.
and some freshly cooked pinto beans. Anytime I serve any combination like this, my family raves over it, so I hope that you guys enjoy this as much as we do. And I can always use a little bit extra of queso fresco, especially over our beans. And additionally, I like to add a little bit of salsa roja to your chicken, but you can use whatever hot sauce you have on hand. Just a super easy, tender piece of chicken, just for you. I'm gonna need somebody very special to say
Muy provecho. I already had a bite.
Thank you. I guarantee you the chicken on its own with a little bit of rice is perfect for any kind of dinner, but when you pair it and you go a little bit extra and make an enchilada for your family, they're going to remember this dinner and ask for it again. Look away, I already started eating and this is absolutely delicious and I won't be stopping. I'm going to eat this whole plate by myself.
Because baby, you're worth it.
Hello and welcome. Today you're going to learn a new way to enjoy your avocado toast. Now let's get this recipe on the road by picking 3 ripe avocados from Mexico. Ooh. We're gonna start by peeling our green apple. We're gonna prep this apple to avoid oxidation because the last thing you want is to see oxidated apple when you're trying to eat fresh. You wanna slice your lime. If you don't have lime, you can use lemon. And I'm just gonna go ahead and squeeze half of a lime juice into a bowl of clean water. And you want to slice your apples into small little cubes. If you're a hearty eater that's just starting to eat a little bit healthier, you can chop your apples into bigger cubes, but I find that making small little cubes is a lot easier and it just gives for a better bite when you're having it with avocado. And they don't have to be perfect, so don't worry about being perfect for this particular recipe. Once you're done prepping your apples, you want to take a little bouquet of basil. We're not going to use this much basil, but oh, just smell it. It's so refreshing. So when you're having this for breakfast in the morning and you smell the freshness, it's going to wake you up. They say that apples are a lot stronger than coffee to wake you up. Let's find out. You guys are going to have to let me know, because whenever I try this recipe, I am fully loaded and awake. So you want to take about 3 to 4 basil leaves. And if you're not sure, just try it with one first. They say that basil, brings abundance to your home, and look at how large these leaves are. I'm feeling abundant and so is my belly. So just roll it up. And then I like to slice it in half. Makes for an easier and quick chop. Just beautiful. And then you just want to set your basil to the side. And next you want to start prepping your avocados. A lot of the times you're going to find the tip of removing the stem and seeing if your avocado is going to be ripe, but when you're at the grocery store and you're doing this, you're going to let somebody else suffer by doing that. So I would say pick your avocado, and if it's soft to the touch, that means it's ready. And if it's hard, that means it's going to need some ripening. So it depends on how soon you need your avocado, and we need these avocados today. Perfect. Woo! That avocado is jumping for joy this morning. Those are the kind of avocados I want to eat. I don't know, this avocado's looking questionable. Wish us luck. Wish us luck. Ready? Yes. We can eat it. Isn't it beautiful when your avocado's nice and ripe and you can just squeeze that seed out? It's amazing. And that last avocado, I thought it wasn't going to be ripe or good enough, but it is. I'm just going to scrape some of these darker spots from the outside off, and we're still going to be able to use it. Next, you're going to drizzle a little bit of lime juice. Don't use too much. It's breakfast time. just slightly to prevent oxidation. You're gonna sprinkle about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, not too much. Once you taste this combination, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. And you wanna follow these avocados with your favorite masher. I'm gonna use this masher, but you can use your fork or your favorite masher. And just mash until everything is nice and creamy. Add your basil bits, your strained apples, and you're gonna give that a loving mix. For those of you that aren't sure of this recipe, not to worry, I'm gonna leave a suggestion for a single serving so that way you can give it a try, and then when you make a big serving, you're gonna see why we use 3 avocados for this avocado toast. And you're gonna pick your favorite style of bread. I love a good country bread for this particular recipe, and you just wanna make sure to get a good slice. Save that for some breadcrumbs, and then you decide how thick you want your toast. I like a nice thick slice of bread. Ooh, I'm so excited. And you just want to toast your bread as dark as you would like. I almost went a little too thick there. And next you're gonna add as much of your avocado as you would like over your toast. And to finalize this delicious breakfast, you want to sprinkle it with a little bit of pumpkin seeds. Those are very important for you to eat, and try to add pumpkin seeds to your food every single day. Now I'm gonna need somebody very special to say And just like that, you have a beautiful, easy avocado toast, a breakfast that your whole family can enjoy. It's making me blush. It's so good. Wow. What I really love about this recipe is how fresh and light it feels when you're eating this particular toast. And friends, when you make this, please tag us on our social media. As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you, and on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a refreshing recipe that I love to make when it's hot outside or when I'm short for time. So if you guys love shredded beef, you're going to absolutely love this salpicón recipe, because I'm going to also be showing you how to make a delicious vinaigrette that's going to help you for your salads throughout the week. Let's start off by adding 3 cups of water to the Instant Pot. Next, you want to add 2 to 3 pounds of beef, and you want to make sure to cut it into smaller pieces. Half an onion, 2 garlic cloves, 1 bay leaf, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of thyme. Pressure cook your beef for 25 minutes. Now let's go over the remaining ingredients. Lettuce, avocado, chiles en escabeche, half an onion, 2 tomatoes, a small bunch of cilantro, flour tortillas. I thinly sliced half an onion, and now I'm going to be adding 1/4 of a cup of our pickled jalapeno juice. And remember, we're going to be using some of this pickled jalapeno juice for our vinaigrette. For your vinaigrette, you'll need half a cup of olive oil, 1/4 of a cup of pickled jalapeno juice, the juice of 1 key lime, half a teaspoon of paprika, ground cumin, black pepper, salt, and 1 tablespoon of Mexican oregano. And next, you're just going to quickly combine your vinaigrette ingredients. To your frying oil, you want to place your tortilla halfway into it, okay? But if you want it to really bubble up, you can dip your whole tortilla in at once. But that's not what we're going for.
I know the teenagers get mad at us with our safety tips, but here it comes.
Okay, when you're splashing yourself, make sure that this part of tortilla is lifted and not empty, because you can end up splashing yourself and your feet, and we don't want that. We want to keep you safe this summer.
You want to splash the tortilla and not yourself.
That is correct.
How do we know? Been there, done that. And it's not fun.
There we go. And if you see, I just gave it a slight little press to give it a little bit of a dimension. And now we're gonna splash with the barrier from our tortilla so we can fully cook this bottom half, okay? And this can be done right here in about 45 seconds. Make sure your oil's not too hot. Mine was a little smoky, but we're managing. And I'm gonna continue frying the remaining tortillas for our delicious salad. And remember to save your beef broth for your sopitas de fideo or anything where you just need a little bit of broth because it has so much flavor. And for your beef, you just want to thinly shred it, okay? The same way that Cloud shreds her chicken, and she's gonna come and help in just a moment, that's exactly how you want to shred it, just tiny little bite sizes. If you happen to have a cut that has some fat attached to it, go ahead and remove it for this particular recipe, unless you know somebody wants to bite into it. But for the most part, just go ahead and remove it. And now it's time to assemble our salad. So go ahead and place your desired amount of greens. This next part is optional. You can use queso fresco, you can use cotija, or your favorite style of cheese. And you just need a little bit, not a lot. Don't push it. If you're packing this for a lunch, don't add your vinaigrette until you're ready to eat because it's gonna get your lettuce way too soggy, and we don't want that. But since we're gonna eat this now, we're just gonna pour it all in. And now, just gently combine all your ingredients. Ooh, it smells so good.
It really does.
And boom, done. I'm gonna need somebody very special to say ah. That is so fresh and flavorful. Sorry, I need both of my hands, but one's being used. What I really love about this recipe is how easy it is and how satiating it is. The vinaigrette is super light, and it's gonna be the only vinaigrette you need for the whole summer. I tend to keep this one in a bottle during the summer, actually. So I hope you guys really enjoy this recipe because it's absolutely delicious. That's so good.